Hi guys, this is Dark Whispers here, and in today's video and in the next couple of videos I'm going to be reading this. This is Corey Taylor's autobiography called Seven Deadly Sins, settling the argument between born bad and damaged good. In this video today, I'll read chapters 1 and 2, and then I'll carry on in other videos, in the next few videos. Okay, so let's start with chapter 1. In the beginning, or how I learned to love the ceiling fan. I always told myself I would write work. I knew one day I would sit myself down and pound words into submission. Spinning yarns, webs, and tales of days gone by. Before he'd be gone in afternoons, tinged with bittersweet delights. I would hunch above the paper and weave in and out of fantasy, hoping I'd be the next Hunter C. S. Thompson, or at least somebody like Anonymous. But I also made a solemn oath to myself that I would try to write something not only with value, but also something that would have never been done before. I wanted to do the unthinkable, bring to the world a whole new subtext, a wholly different genre. I wanted revolution in the pulp. I wanted death in the sentence. I wanted to reinvent the word. Obviously, this was not going to happen right away, and on some kind of masochistic level, I was okay with that. I was still kicking emotional crabs out of my soul crotch, reaching for the razor or rinsing at the red. Anyone confused by that last metaphor can pat themselves on the back and walk away clean, so to speak. Anyone who has dated a stripper or lived with scumbags will know that scenario too well, and we have more than likely met up at a survivor's meeting or two. Anyway, between Tony Robbins and Dianetics, I really do not know what the hell is going on in the literary world today. People sure get rich schemes on late night TV disguised as tax dodges and government grant programs. Celebrity, one of these suck-off traffic cops once or twice, and offering book deals like fish to the porpoises at SeaWorld. When Paris Hilton can top the bestsellers list, we are one more move closer to an Armageddon. I wish I were being funny. I'm clearly not. No one this awesome gets incensed for no reason at all. No one in my zip code anyway. I was hoping to have my shot at deliverance. I was hoping to be shot in the arm for some kind of polysyllabic retaliation. Instead, I'm just hoping to keep my neutering the global book market. I mean, come on, what can I say that has never been said before? Between the Kennedys and the Royals, what could I possibly bring up that has never been uttered, unless I plan on making up words? I might be lit out or shut. The last time I checked, the written word had been around since we were both Celtic hippies, but the little crazy tree symbols on anything black and called it Beowulf. So therein lies my conundrum. Much like Cialis, what will I do then when time is right? Fast forward years later, when I found myself Across a dingy wooden table from a mysterious leaned man in the exotic locale, seated for a meal of foodstuffs called sushi, in a dark and cursed land known as Los Angeles. It was the dinner. It was in this dinner of Japanese comestibles that I was toiling over this topic you hold in your hands, and I had reached the point of no return when this man posited on writing about the 7 deadly sins. Now I can counted that the only way to do this subject, one that has been driven to the ground with derisive frequency, was to give it my own unique and cantankerous spin. He offered that in order to do that, I should start at the beginning. I thought for a second. Doing would mean going in harder than I had ever allowed myself to in the past. So I asked, the very beginning. He said, "Hey, those are my spicy tuna rolls." "Oh, sorry." They thought they were my BSC rolls. "Do they look like your BSC rolls?" "Well, if you squint and look at them from the side." "What the hell are you talking about?" "Wait, what was the question again?" "I know. What are you thinking?" "I know what you're thinking. You were asking what that whole last exchange has to do with anything. Well, I will tell you the very key to this whole disaster lies in the little teeter. For starters, they were indeed his spicy tuna rolls, and by fuck, do not forget it. But more importantly, it gave me a little launchpad, and a canaveral to blow my little Sputnik into the parts of the world. I might not be ready for this great big mouth. From the beginning, insert a long dramatic sigh and begin. For me, it was all starting on one frigid fast of a night in 1995. I was 22 years old and high on with pulse wretched and vice-ridden. Too much to burn and not enough minutes in an hour to do so. The year 1995 was a full 365-day year of drinking, fucking, lying, raging, exploring. It was a time of self-shit, self-importance and self-absorption, self-indulgence and selfishness. I was the only person in the known galaxy and I wanted what the fuck I wanted sooner rather than later. The gift of life was horseshit. All I wanted was everything, and I wanted it fast. There were certain ones where I can still feel that shit in my joints and the fatty tissue in my back. The crazy thing is that if I could do it all over again, I would. But this time, I would take even further than before. I was a drifter with no leash, no money, and no cares. I was led wherever my body felt. Sometimes because I was so exhausted, other times because the people I had gone to the party with just left me in the middle of nowhere. The thing you have to remember about nowhere is it is nearly a combination of now and here, grammatically. I know that is incorrect, but if you have not spent your whole life in the land of nowhere, you do know not to know what the fuck you're talking about. When you are stuck in some insurmountable situation, things like sin and hell do not really cross your radar or increase but the pressure in your moral barometer. You do not give a shit about consequences as long as you get off and get off hard. You have the image, of course. But unless the Holy Ghost himself comes up and points a loaded 38 at your face and compels you to repent, there is a rat's ass chance in Hades that you will come by. These are the psychosis. That fester when your world is a vacuum. Bring on oblivion. Just do not change the fucking channel. In 1995, though, I was an absolute crazy person. I caught gonorrhea twice to stay diving off roofs onto strangers' parking lots. I picked fights with douchebags, only the brand edition guns, and set myself on fire at parties. You see, this is not Bridge Club. This was Hopeless Abandon. This was Mad Max and Gummo rolled into one. Get it done before you drown in a river of shit was a motto. It did not matter. Too many of my friends were dying or going to jail. Pretty soon there would not be anyone left to throw a party. So do what you vowed would be with the soul provided. If I was going to burn, it was going to be on my terms. Then one night in 1995, there was a party. I know that is a bit redundant because there was always a party, but this one was different. There was a stink like destiny on the smoke. There was a legend around the corner, and for some reason, I was always in the middle of it. To this day, I could not find this house on GPS. If you held a gun to my head, I could not tell you the owner's name if you paid me. But I remember the insides of it, insides like yesterday. It was yesterday. And I started, and it all started in the garage. Am I getting ahead of myself? Let me say this. Every weekend was the unclean would descend on a little building in West Desmond called Billy Joe's Picture Show. A tawdry little place that housed the karaoke bar, the concession area, 4 bathrooms, and the world's single greatest movie theatre ever. No stadium seating like you see state, just 70s tables with 70s chairs and all the 70s ashtrays you could fill. During the week, there was little fanfare, $1 movies reaching and their theatrical release, and $2 jello shots for cater-warbling yuppies singing Huey Lewis covers. But on the weekends, this was ground zero. This was our turf because every weekend at Billy Joe's Picture Show presented the Rocky Horror Picture Show. From all over Ireland, tribes of misfits packed the place. The movie didn't really matter, you see. There was nowhere else to go. You had to be 21 to get in the bar, and this was the era just prior to the greatest resurgence of all age shows. There were no youth centres. Well, no youth centres you want to go to, and some were dangerous. And no one was legally allowed to gather in parks after the curfew, which I never bothered to learn. To quote Henry Rollins, your choice was fish. Your choice was fish. We were the greatest motherfuckers of our generation, and we had nothing to do, so we turned nothing into something, mostly out of nothing. That's all. Billy Joe's became the rallying point. Billy Joe's became a catalyst, and we defended it with our own blood. Call one of us a fag, and we all threw down. Call one of us a loser, and you'd be dealt with severely. Just because you didn't understand us, it did not mean we were wrong. We were amazing because we wanted to be, and fuck you if you could not keep up. We felt like the latest and maybe the last great iconoclastic surge, and it did not matter if the world did not know our names. The world was not allowed to join our club. The party began at the theatre, just as always. We were past the by as much shitty booze as possible, and eventually laid some house with a bit of ring, a radio of some sort, and a lot of assurance. This night we managed to procure a shelter from the storm in a 3-bedroom, 2-story cookie-cutter house in the suburb known as Western Iowa. That, as they saw, is where the real fun began. In fact, to this day, people merely refer to the following series of events as the night. I have faint memories of the first few hours: shots of Jaeger, vomiting, jumping on moving cars, more shots of Jaeger, smoking on a couch when I was not even supposed to be smoking inside, even more shots of Jaeger. It was always the nights you cannot remember that eventually become the stories you don't forget. During the lull and the roar of the insanity, I made myself scarce to catch my breath. I found myself in the garage, smoking a cigarette, freezing my arse off, sitting in an unforgiving metal folding chair in the middle of the concrete void. I was coming around again, the proverbial second wind, which was usually when I ended up doing the most damage. The halo of liquor was giving way to the influence of the ingenuity, and I was reveling in the moment, sober enough to appreciate it and drunk enough not to take notes. Later I learned you have to live in those moments, not for them. If you look too hard, they blow right by you. If you do not live enough, you will regret every breath. So I was reflecting. Not too much. I was just getting started. And it turns out that the fact that exact moment the starter pistol happened to walk through the garage door. For the sake of our story, we will call her Beth. She was fiery-eyed, raven-haired, whiskering from the park sunlight, brains wearing black and fluttering her heavily shadowed eyelashes. She had a pheromone about her that just screamed lust. And we had been flirting for weeks. Beth slid slowly through the door as I stopped at the top of the stairs leading into the garage. So I looked up. She said something low and seductive, being smoother than chocolate pudding in a fire bag. Huh? I said, "What you doing, silly?" Her eyes were burning with a cross between mischief and innovation. Something was on her mind, and God help me, I wanted to know what it was. She came and sat in my lap and kissed me slowly. It was then she revealed her plans. I was to be the lucky one of a threesome with her another girl. We will call Kelly. She was on the other side of the sexual spectrum, but equally enchanting. As if on cue, Kelly came to the garage and sat on my lap as well. I've got to tell you, 2 girls are straight. You like a pommel horse. You are subject of the will of your cock. Lust is a lodge that I live to save for days. But we'll get back to that soon, and later. So let's review. Our hero has just imbibed copious amounts of alcohol, thrown off, and has now been positioned for a threesome by 2 convicts. Things could not look better, right? But as I have been shown time and time again, fate takes us all. We sequestered ourselves in one of the bath bedrooms, most likely the host of their parents. On the Spartan lay a garish decor, but it didn't matter. The lights were safe soon enough, and the pest clothes shed in haste. Mouthful of skin and nasty, that Hannibal Lecter described with such relish, and soon the photographs were on the Chinese puzzle. No solution. Delicious triangle of heat and ferocity. The girls were giggling, I was happy for them to do what they wanted to each other, as night team was extremely busy. As this was taking place, a coup had been plotted downstairs. A bum rush. What was about to happen? The definition of the phrase being a large group of people invading a space they were not invited to, nor has enough room to handle their numbers. 40 people whispered and giggled, determined to inject themselves into our festivities. And just at the right moment, it did not help matters that my best friend, Den, was Cobra commanded behind the fiendish scheme. But it made sense because he was the guy I had appointed to watch the doors, so nobody would interrupt us. Well, just as 3 bodies were leaning waist to occupy the same space. Just when it was getting very, very good, the door burst open, the lights flew on, and a multitude of cheers and jeers sounded the great chorus that officially put an end to our sweet little tourist. Needless to say, I was very angry, but seeing the good-natured mischief on everyone's faces, I slowly let that evening from my mind and climbed out of bed, but naked proceeded to throw my sorted yet unfulfilled on the closest gorgon. I was putting my clothes back on and watching the crowd gathered at the foot of the bed getting larger. I had a magnificent idea. Maybe it was the booze coursing through my bloodstream. Maybe it was my eyes who were still recovering from the shock of the lights being turned on. Maybe it was because I just wanted to give these fuckers a taste of their own medicine. But I had the idea in my head, and I knew it was going to stop me from doing what I wanted to do. It was simple. I was going to stage dive off the bed onto the big pocket of onlookers, and they would serve me out of that book down the stairs and to the bar in the kitchen where I could make myself a drink. It bordered on ingenious. How could it not work? I was caught at a fucking table. Even so, pulling my pants on my pants, I was at least that courteous. I leapt onto the bed, jumped, flew head onto the ceiling fan. I had either forgotten it was just above the bed, or just did not see it because of the drunken tunnel vision naughty sweat. And this is not comedic value or to any weakness on my part. This had to be the strongest ceiling fan known to humankind. I am talking industrial strength, folks. It hit me 3 times in the space of 2 seconds. Once right in between the eyes, and at the last bruised the tip of my nose. It gashed my head open and gave me 2 black eyes. One second I was the coolest deal at the concert, and the next I was on my back trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. It was so fast I did not even know it until I realised some sort of in a daze. Oh God, no, They never told me how fucked up my face was, so mingled amongst them, looking like Rocky Balboa until I caught my reflection in the bathroom. Hour later, just carried around saying take a picture with the party zombie. I tell you, this story is not to brag or build up some kind of false image of myself. It's just very important to this collection of insights. The insights that you understand why I'm talking about the game. I talk about sin. I know what I'm talking about. This is no new issue or deal. Decades have not washed my hands clean. Think about this in one night. Hell, in one 5-hour period. He experienced every single one of those so-called 7 deadly sins. I was a mad dog lying back and running the moral gamut of gluttony, greed, lust, sloth, wrath, envy, vanity, and to this day I recall this confounding chain of events with fondness and a knowing smile. Which brings me to the reason behind the book. I have embraced like the summer romance. I have cleared my schedule and my throat called all the attentions to the fading little fact that no one wants to admit because they are so mired in the habit of guilt. I know you can handle the truth. I know you can take a shot to bring. I believe in you. So believe in me. I'll tell you this. The 7 deadly sins are bullshit. Everybody still there. Anybody convert to Scientology because I let fly that little nugget of reality? No. We may continue. For centuries, these so-called weapons against morality have been big scary ballads waved in the faces of millions, but have been used as the righteous fist axe of the right of the Holy Brigade to keep masses of unworthy, free-thinking, free-spirited folks under a multitude of 5-pound thumbs. One seems to be jumping up and down as celebrating a little too much. Unhated faces trotter around these golden rules of control to knock us all down off the giddy wagon. Most of us cannot mind our own business, like we never know. But I do know this. 9 times out of 10, sin is a matter of opinion. And in my opinion, sins are only sins if you're hurting other people. So if you're not hurting anyone else, then where is that sin? Sure, the 7 deadly sins can induce pain and malevolence. Festivals, but they can overwhelm the greatest minds and the most stoic souls. But they can also empower and influence you to do the incredible things at pivotal moments in your life. To say these things are mortal weapons, they then dissolve into the worst scum in humanity. It's an outright travesty. We all experience these feelings, we all struggle to maintain civility. In a savage world, there are times where it is our right as people to let these sins wash over us like a Caribbean wave. There are times when I say, as a species, we should just out revel in the sensations as sins predicate. We are human fucking beings, for Christ's sake. We are not perfect. It is in our peculiarities where we find our character and individuality. Person. I do not know if I trust a person who does not have some degree left over from his or her past. We are defined by our dignity to rise above debasement. We are certainly better people for doing so. I say, let he who point is without sin cast the first stone. That is exactly my point. Not only are we all guilty of just being ourselves, we are never guilty in the first place. The only problem comes when we become caricatures of these deadly winners. A politician who extols family values yet is forced to resign because of dirty little best burger in a truck stop bathroom, or the movie star who believes himself above the great unwashed just because his cheekbones are unpronounced. And these people are not sinners, they're just shitty people. I am not selling salvation here, but I'm preaching in moderation. Some of you motherfuckers are indeed crazy. I have no qualms in pointing out the obvious. So what if you like to find? Who cares? If you enjoy actually having money enough to eat, watch it, unpassioned, or use your covetous nature to pull precious to new heights, who gives a shit? If you want to do your own thing, laying bed means fucking sleep, or to think, or if you think you're the stars-laces prick on the planet, who cares? That is none of my business. It is yours. It is yours. If you can live with it and you are not hurting anyone else, frankly, I applaud you. At least you're not touting some doomed party lying about it in the express all the way to heaven. The whole reason for these great sins is really about control. Think about this. 1,000 years ago, the aristocracy themselves wrapped themselves in so much excess that they should have burned here on earth, but because they were royalty, they were considered ordained by God. There were no accusations of depravity leveled at them. The only time they were circumspect was when they killed their own. If they were given the theocratic past just because of their birthright, what in these modern times makes it any more different for us? Sure, on one hand, that sort of logic is a great reflection of medieval ignorance, and yet not the very definition of Americans' founding principles. We are all equal, so one man's sin is another man's indulgence. Blue bloods glut themselves every day on the wants and needs of the upper crust. So when those of us in the middle of the bottom do it, why should we burn the house of the Christian boogeyman? Why should we be condemned for weekend indulgences that are just another Monday for the equals of? So I say no, not now, not ever. I say pervert the good life with every fibre. Cherish the spirits that make you feel flush and alive. Lazy days out. You are not devoted to keeping your family afloat financially. Get what you can for tomorrow, maybe against the law. Throw caution to the wind and free yourself of the superstitious shackles. Believe if you want, but practice what you want. The days of fear are over, and there is no turning back. This book is few parts flat, a handful of fancy, and lots of why there is, such a thing as freedom of the soul. We are vessels of profound depth, and when we have an inkling why we are here, so why should we be saddled with inferred differences? What we feel the same, and we feel the same, just because we think something does. Not really make us think it is a sin because we want to feel something different. No, just because we want something we're doing, so it doesn't make it sinful. Just because we feel it does not make us sinners. There is real vitality on letting yourself in what life has to offer, quicken your spirit and mind. Just say to yourself, okay, I'm really often hidden into salvation after all. Okay, I'll carry on this chapter in another video, as it does go on quite a bit. I've just got through halfway chapter 1, so in the next video I will finish chapter 1 and start chapter 2. And so until then, see you later.